Are we going?
We're on.
All right. Hey, Cody, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey, are you nervous?
A little bit.
Nervous? But hey, it's good to have you on here. Welcome to our podcast.
I appreciate having me, man.
Hey, you like our setup?
I like it. I like the...
I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot of green.
Yeah, a lot of green, a lot of me and my wife just kind of figuring things out, trying to block lighting, trying to go on and stuff like that. But how you been?
I'm good, man. Just living, typical white guy, living the dream.
Living the dream.
One nightmare at a time.
You know, you hear that, it's a bad day. You know, it's a bad day. Sorry, I'm going to get my water down here and stuff like that. But how things is your brain going and stuff like that? I'm going to get into this later and stuff, but how are things going real quick?
We're going. We haven't played a show since November.
It's been that long? I know you got a show coming up, don't you?
Yep, we got one in April and then one in May. We're playing...
Where's it at?
St. Louis, place the Blueberry Hill Duck Room. It's on the Del Mar Loop.
I've heard of that. Where's it? Del Mar?
Yeah, Del Mar Loop. It's the basement of a restaurant. It's where Chuck Berry used to play all the time.
Oh, sax guy, right? Jazz guy?
No, Chuck Berry's the like.
Oh yeah, the rock guy. Yeah,
duck walking. Yeah.
I'm done.
Like the whole place is decorated with like duck comics and Donald Duck, Daffy Duck. It's kind of neat, and it's cool to play where someone who is that big in the world of rock played. Like it's just really neat to be able to say, well, Chuck Berry was here, now I get to play here too. Like,
you get to play there. Cool. Yeah. You guys got bands? I mean, obviously, there could be bands there and things like that.
I feel horrible. I can't.
I mean, I can look it up. Keep trying to think of stuff. But
the one in April is with...
it's on your Facebook, right?
Yes. It's with a band called The 45. And then...
The
45. And then in May...
All right. Go on.
In May, it's a band called This Is Falling. They're buddies of ours. We've never got to play with them before. And I'm super, super excited to play with them.
What's your name?
This Is Falling.
This Is Falling.
This Is Falling. That's
keep talking about that. I'm
trying
to find it.
This Is Falling.
Is that it?
No,
it's a design.
Oh,
here it is. STL Showcase.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you said you got the 45 here, and who'd you say?
Modern Angst.
Modern Angst.
Yep.
Angst.
And that's that show's presented.
Shout out those guys. Shout out if you guys tune into this. Yeah.
45 and Modern Angst.
Go check them out.
I'm really looking forward to playing with you guys. And then the other one, where's the other pictures at?
Oh, is there more?
Yeah, that one's the April show.
Oh, there's another one.
Yes.
Another one.
And then there's a May show.
This one?
No.
That's Valentine's. That's already passed.
That's already passed.
So you got that show coming up. How's that show usually go? Is it good? Like, I don't know the setups or anything. I'm not a big music guy. I don't know. Like, does it take long to get set or anything? You guys opening or?
We don't know yet. Typically a show for us will show up. I think both of those shows start at 7, so doors will be at like 6 p.m. I think. We'll typically get there anywhere from 1 to 2 hours before the show even starts. Carry all of our gear in. Takes me the longest to get set up because I got a million pieces I got to put up.
He's the drummer, yeah. If you guys don't know, he's the drummer and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm not very good.
But yeah, coming back to your show, Cody, we got you said the May one? Or no, the summer one. It says summer.
Yes, so that's it's
May. Yeah, okay,
May 13th with This Is Falling.
May 13th. Show. Oh, that's our trivia night. Oh, you won't make it.
Oh, yeah.
Dang, that's all right.
I suck at trivia anyway, dude.
Yeah, that's all right. Though. Back show. Who's this one? Who's this one?
This
Is Falling.
This Is Falling, and then it's right there at the bottom. It's Facing Infamy and...
I can find it.
Okay.
Sit back and relax, man. Chill. But Facing... Huh?
Hit the mic.
Oh, yeah, see, that's why you don't want to hit the mic.
But
But Facing Infamy, who are those? Where are they from?
They are all St. Louis-based bands.
St. Louis-based band. I
Yes.
like the little cover art here and stuff like that.
Their singer and bass player of This Is Falling, his name's Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
He hand drew that.
He
is an amazing artist.
It's pretty good. They got a light reflection, but I can see it. That's pretty good.
He does all kinds of like paintings and drawings and stuff like that. He's really good. He's really good.
And then they got Hardgraves, it looks like. Who are they?
I've never heard of them until we got on this show with them. I'm super excited to play with them though.
Hardgraves.
I love meeting new bands and playing with them, like because I mean it's just more new music for me to listen to.
Sorry, we got my cat here coming.
Louis here.
Yeah, shout out Louis.
But that one is also that show is also at the Duck Room as well. The same place.
So the first one you got in April, right?
Yes.
April coming up. April what?
April 18th.
18th,
I believe.
Okay, so hey, got nothing going on that day. Go check them out. But he's a big NFL guy. and everything too.
I'm always bearing down.
Bearing down. I'm sorry we're finning up around here. But God, you think it's scripted?
No. I don't know, man. I have my doubts at times, but it's just...
Oh, yeah, of course. There's always things going on.
But, like...
late flags coming in and all this and that.
Like at that Bears-Dolphins game, that was a PI call that was missed.
It was.
We got robbed.
It was. But
we still, like... I mean, the Bears may still not have won, but, like, we just got hosed on that call. It was stupid.
But, I mean, you gotta think, how many of those calls aren't called a game? Like, called in
How many are missed?
Yeah, how many are missed and stuff like that? I mean, there's no way. That's an unreal stat that's like probably 90-something% missed.
How many holding calls are not called?
Mm-hmm.
There's holding on every play.
Yeah, every play. Even if it's like going by and just a little tiny hold. What's your...
It all just kind of depends on like what the refs want to let go.
Yeah, what's your definition of a hold then? Like how long are you going to let it go and stuff?
How textbook is textbook when it comes to those penalties is what I want to know. You know what I mean?
Because, I mean, there's some things that they don't go by the rule books, and there's some things, and they're always trying to determine what's a catch and what's not a catch and all that sort of stuff.
Which is irritating to me because, I mean, like, most of it's pretty black and white. Like, you either have control of the ball and it didn't hit the ground or it did or it didn't. Like, which one is it?
Well, yeah, but then they're talking about, I mean, 2 feet in, that's easy to tell. But like you said, it's possession of the ball. It bobbles. Is that a real possession? Did the ground force a catch and did it not force the catch? Stuff like that going on. But I wanted to talk about and see what you got going on for what you think's going to happen next year. I know the draft hasn't happened and everything like that, but I want to talk a little bit about that. Let's start in the South because I know you're a big Bears fan. Well, I will get to them later. I want to start with them later because we could probably go on talking about them. But what do you think about? I got the Saints first. That's who I want to talk about first. I want to see what you think about them. Don't look at my stuff first. I want to see what you think.
I think the Saints are garbage ever since Drew
Brees
left.
Well, I'm going to base that Derek Carr's coming there. I know everything. I'm basing everything as of right now, but I'm going to base he's coming there. I know they didn't sign him, but they're probably looking to restructure a deal and stuff like that.
Like, aren't they like hardcore going with Jameis though?
No, I thought it was Derek Carr. Let's just assume. Okay, you do what you want, and then we'll assume Derek Carr's going there.
He got released by the Raiders, but no one's picked him up, have they?
No, he's still a free agent. I'm just assuming he's going to go there. This is me assuming he's going to go there.
Okay.
The Saints want to sign him. They want to get something done here. I'm looking up on Twitter.
Even with Derek Carr, I'm gonna.
So this is my predictions with Derek. But you go ahead.
I know you can't go 500 anymore because they added that extra game, but I'm gonna say that they're a sub 500 team.
Sub 500.
500-ish. I could see them getting 7 or 8.
Man, they already went 7-10 last year. 7-10 last year just with that.
The other thing that you got to think that works for them too is that division as a whole is garbage.
Yeah, that's the things where they have a terrible division. 8-9 won it last year, and I mean Tom Brady is my favorite, but he went 8-9 and made the playoffs and stuff like that. Like I said, weak division, and it's not getting better.
The Bucs are
not going to get better.
The Bucs are going to be trash.
Oh,
next year.
they're trash. I got the Saints 11-6. I
don't know about that.
But like I said, 11-6. You got to think the weak division right there. There's 6 games. I'm not saying they're going to sweep everyone. I got them losing a couple here and there, splitting because division games are hard, and people don't want to admit that in the NFL.
Who's quarterbacking for Carolina? Is it still Baker?
Oh, no. Dude, he was on the Rams. Remember, he ended up on the Rams.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Well, who's the Panthers quarterback then?
Let me look that up. That's what I'm saying. They went 7-10 last year, too. But it's not P.J. Walker.
Also,
look up who's the Panthers
I
quarterback.
apologize for my voice. I wound up at karaoke last night, somewhere I had no business being, but I sang the crap out of some Tyler Childers. So
I'm not a big country guy. I don't know. I know the songs.
I love country.
Not a big country guy. Brandon, did you find it yet?
Sam Darnold.
Well, yeah, they got Sam Darnold too, but I mean, he's not going to be the guy. Who else do they have? I think they had P.J. Walker, but
the Falcons just released Mariota.
Yeah, I have them going. Where I got them going? I had them going 3-14 because they, like I said, they released Mariota.
Yeah,
and I know Desmond Ritter's there, but
I think 3 wins is about proper.
You have it's just a terrible lineup.
Over under proper. NFC South.
Yeah.
Oh, under. No, proper.
Overrated. It's an overrated thing here. But I got them going there. But let's go back to the Saints just for a little bit because you still got you got to think of their defense and stuff like that too. You still got Cameron Jordan, Tyrann Mathieu and stuff and things. But it's nowhere near.
Tyrann Mathieu's there now?
Yeah, he signed last year.
I will admit I do have a bad habit of like I'm so just like hard up for the Bears that like I don't pay attention to the rest of the league as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to be super knowledgeable of it, but as I've gotten older, I've gotten lazier. So I'm not as knowledgeable as you are. Like I get most of my news from you in the group chat.
Well, you can just check your Twitter, dog, or Facebook or whatever. Just follow a couple of people and see what's going on. That's how I get all my news.
I get my news from you.
That's why I get my news from Twitter. I know it's not all real. It's all fake.
Me and Joe were talking about that the other day. Joe goes, I don't even have to check Twitter because B just fills me in on everything.
I let you know about everything. I'm always checking the news and seeing what's going on.
Twitter is toxic.
My cat's over there doing something there. But you really think that? I don't know. Who do you think's going to win in the South? Because it's kind of wide open then.
I'll say the Saints.
Brandon, you can push that cat down.
Who's the...
Yell at her. Throw something. Louis, get down.
Who's the number 7 that plays for the Saints?
Taysom Hill.
I think he needs to be their quarterback.
Louis, get down. No, Aaron, just keep talking. I'll get the cat.
I think Taysom Hill just needs to be their quarterback. I don't know why they use him well, and the dude can do everything. I mean, he's very versatile. But
not really.
I think they just need to make him their starting quarterback. That's what I really think.
You really think you're going to make it to the playoffs at Taysom Hill as your quarterback?
You going to tell me that you won't?
I mean, you got that weak division, but you're going to tell me he's your tip. I mean, he's not your typical protocol NFL quarterback, but
Tim Tebow wasn't either. Look what he did.
Nothing.
He won a playoff game.
Nothing. Did nothing afterwards. Went there and got cut. Tried to come back and play tight end and didn't make it.
Tried to play fullback too.
Just get stomped. Get stomped and things like that.
But I don't know. I guess I'll say the Saints will win that division. I don't think they're going to win 11 games though.
You don't think they'll win 11 games? I mean, that's a stretch. I had a lot of games, but I tried to go through the schedule and all this. Mm-hmm. So I was finding all this stuff. I went through and looked up their home and away schedule. I mean, it doesn't have the dates. It just says home opponents, away opponents, and stuff. And I kind of mixed and matched, and hopefully I had everything right. It took me a long time to do it.
What's their strength of schedule like?
Oh, I don't know strength of schedule and stuff like that.
That's what I usually...
Brandon, look up their strength of schedule.
That's something
Saints for next year.
That's a big
I always get confused with this stat too.
Yeah, I did. Well, and that's a big part of how I base my opinion off of. But I think strength of schedule is based on how many teams from the last.
Well, I know that, but I get confused. If it's third, is that good or is that bad? Is that third? If you're third ranked, does that mean it's the weakest schedule? Or
that means you have the third toughest schedule.
Okay, that's what I thought it meant. I just always get confused.
If you're towards the bottom, then you have the easiest schedule. So because that's always an argument every year. Is oh, their strength of schedule wasn't that good. Well, hey, they're all still pro teams. You're playing NFL teams.
So the 2023 NFL strength of schedule rankings.
And this is way early, I know.
You got 1 Philadelphia Eagles, 2 Miami Dolphins, 3 New York Giants, New England Patriots.
We want the Saints.
You want the Saints?
Yeah. This cat's going to get annoying. Sorry, guys, if you're watching this cat. It's dumb.
We're big cat guys around
New Orleans Saints are 31.
Wow. See,
they're going to have an easy schedule.
I'm telling you. You don't know how the schedule works? How they do the...
It's a rotation, and then whatever you place in your division, you play.
Yeah, and I don't. Well, look up see what they placed last year, Brandon. I know it went Bucks 8-9, everybody else was 7-10, and I don't know the standings. And then if they finished last, the tiebreakers.
Obviously, you play your own division twice, and then you play one whole division every year, and then that rotates. Dolphins get the second toughest schedule. How do you feel about that?
I go back. Let me go to their prediction here because I have the wins by teams and losses. I think I have them going 9-8. They're still not there. I still have a lot of questions about Tua.
I personally think Tua's not your guy, man.
I want to say he is, but with his health, I'd rather get your health figured out first. Get your health figured out first, man. Yeah. I don't want you to come back.
As many concussions as he's had. He's.
I
got 9-8. I mean, they play obviously their divisions.
They're 7-10, and
what place they finish? This is the Saints year.
2023 season.
Yeah.
They placed third in the NFC South.
Third, so they play the third worst team.
Third in arguably the weakest division in football.
Yeah, but I mean, you got your divisions here, the Dolphins, but then you got the Raiders, who's nothing. Derek Carr's gone. I don't really know what's going to happen with them.
The Bills are going to win that division.
They play the Giants. I've been winning the Giants, but then you got teams like the Ravens. I mean, I'm assuming Lamar's going to go there. You got to play the Bills twice a year. Can't.
Bills are good.
You got the Cowboys. I don't really like Cowboys, but
they're good.
They're good. You got to play the Chiefs. Got to play the Chargers, the Eagles. So I mean, it's tough. Tough to be a Fins fan next year.
It's tough.
Tough.
Tough to be a Fins fan.
Tough. But who you got winning that East then? You got the
AFC
Fins?
East?
Yeah. What do you think about the Fins?
What's the Bills?
Well, the Bills. But you're mouthing the Fins here. So what do you think about?
I don't know, mouthing. I like the Fins because of you. That's it. Well, that's it. I am a big fan of who's your coach, Mike
McDaniel.
I'm a big fan of him. I think he's a great coach.
Out.
He is swagging out. I saw a meme. It was like he looks like the kid who got left home alone with no parental supervision or something. He's walking around practice just. But
I mean, that's the thing. If you can build that culture with your team and stuff like that, then that's a big thing in the NFL. You remember, these are grown men.
Yeah,
these are
because
they're not like kids or anything. Oh,
he's like 35.
Yeah, he's young. Yeah, he's young.
I truly think the Dolphins are just like. Tua is by far not the worst quarterback in the league, but I truly think you guys are just like a quarterback away from.
Yeah, we're more than maybe more than a couple pieces.
Your guys' offense is stellar.
Offensive line not so good.
Yeah, I mean your defense could use a little help, but I truly think you guys are one or two pieces away from being Super Bowl contenders. Personally, I really believe that.
Yeah, think about the rest of the AFC because we don't even. I mean, all I have on my list here. Sorry, I had a hair in my mouth. I don't even have the AFC on here. I just got on my script here. I got like I said, just the NFC. But you get AFC. You got the Bengals. You got the Chargers. I mean, I'm not sold on the Chargers just yet. You got the Ravens. You got I'm never counting out Mike Tomlin. I know they're not going to be good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brandon. That cat's going to be annoying. It's a dumb one. But I'm never counting out Mike Tomlin. I know their offense struggle, but I'm never counting out Bill Belichick. And you got
Bill Belichick might be the greatest coach of all time.
He is the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah.
Well, one of the greatest coaches. I'm not going to make that statement. One of the greatest coaches. of all time. Who's Don Shula?
Here we go.
No, then you got John Madden, and you got all these other greats and things like that.
What about George House?
I mean, he's up there too. That's why I said one of the greatest. I'm not going to try and pinpoint one thing or the other and stuff like that. Because then you start making statements and things like that. I don't want to be held accountable for those kind of statements.
I don't want to be held accountable.
I know nobody's probably going to watch for a little bit, but I don't want people attacking me saying that you said this.
For my choices. I apologize for coughing.
But we kind of, let's talk about the West here a little bit. The Rams. What do you think about the Rams coming up?
They had the biggest fall off I've ever
you got people getting injured left and right. And they released Bobby Wagner this offseason.
Was he not good this year for him or something, or what?
He's good, but you just release him. You got Aaron Donald, maybe. I don't even know the story on him retiring and stuff.
I heard he was going to retire.
He's still up in the air. Jalen Ramsey's rumored to leave.
Who is it?
Cooper Kupp got hurt.
Cooper Kupp's hurt?
He got hurt, second last game of the season.
Like I said, I've a really bad habit of not keeping up with the rest of the league.
Cody, you just, man.
I get my news from you. I guarantee somewhere in the group chat you put Cooper Kupp got hurt, and I just went, oh, okay, cool. It ain't Bears news, so.
It ain't Bears.
News.
We'll get to the Bears here.
Who else is in the division? It's the Rams, Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals. The Cardinals, Kyler Murray got hurt. He tore his ACL, I think.
He'll be back next year, won't
he? You got to come. You're a mobile quarterback running with trying to recover MCL, ACL.
He's also like 3 foot tall.
Yeah, playing COD, double XP, all that kind of stuff.
They put out a stat that showed that every time a new Call of Duty game comes out, his production goes down.
Yeah, that's that.
He plays too many video games.
If you got the correlation between it and stuff like that, I'm not saying that's what it is and things like that, but
I think that division probably for the foreseeable future is going to be dominated by the Niners.
Yeah.
The Niners are really
good. Then you got
to
think. Then they have that they have a quarterback. They have Jimmy's going to be gone. There's no way they keep him.
He'll be gone. I think Trey Lance.
He needs to play. He needs a chance to play though. Jimmy,
yeah,
somewhere.
Jimmy's good.
Somewhere.
I think Trey Lance he needs more time to develop, but I think Trey Lance is going to be a bust. I really do.
But then what do you do about Brock Purdy?
I say keep him on. Until he got hurt, he was hot. So.
Well, but then you get the NFC Championship and they kind of run into the Eagles there and kind of do that.
Eagles were too good this year, and I wanted them to win it so bad. I'm one of those people that I hate on the team that's popular, but the NFL just loves praising Patrick Mahomes, but he's really good. So,
You're just talking about the Eagles.
Huh?
We're just talking about the Eagles. You get to Patrick Mahomes.
saying how like he's like the golden child.
Oh, the golden like
I got
media
off
and
topic. I
stuff. Yeah,
apologize. Yeah.
media and stuff like that.
I think the Eagles will probably go back to the conference championship next year if they all stay healthy. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't.
I mean, you lose both coordinators. You think that's that big of an issue?
I think that'll be a little bit hard on Jalen Hurts. I mean, because he's probably going to walk into a new system.
Mm-hmm.
So changing systems is hard, but I mean, I think that team as a whole is just good enough that it's not going to matter. I mean, it'll be a challenge for them, but I mean, they're professional athletes. Like they're paid to figure it out. So,
you think he's the real deal?
Hurts?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think he is.
I think he is.
I don't know.
But
one good season, you think he have another one?
It's debatable, but I mean, as much as I hate to admit this, he's in a pretty tough division. As much as I hate the Cowboys.
I mean, they went from like the worst division to one of the best divisions. Yeah, everybody used to make fun of them how bad. I mean, they were terrible. Everybody was terrible in that division.
I hate the Cowboys. With a passion. I don't know what the Giants are going to do. I think Giants were decent last year. I think they just had a fluke good year. I have no faith in the Giants at all.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was probably a fluke year, but I don't think it was like not going to go like win 12 games or anything like that.
No.
But they're not going to only win 3 or 4 something like that. They'll go middle of the road.
Yeah, I think they'll be a 500-ish team. But then you got the Commanders who
their QB situation. I don't know what's
trash.
going on with them. Didn't
Heineke get hurt?
I think he got, well, I don't know. Brandon looked at Taylor Heineke get hurt because I don't know who their quarterback. I know they released Carson Wentz, and I'm assuming it's Heineke left, and there's another guy too. Sam Howell, I think, was the guy who started the last 2 weeks or something like that. He didn't do bad, I don't think. But it's nowhere. I don't think he's your guy moving forward.
I don't think so.
But then you got all the drama with Dan Snyder and all that kind of stuff.
That's a lot of.
Do you know what's going on with that?
Yeah, it's. Yeah, because he. Was it like sexual misconduct in the workplace and stuff like that?
There was all that stuff, and there was like misusing the funds and all that kind of stuff, dipping into like the Commander's pockets and like the revenue from all that. Which I mean, technically, it's his money and stuff like that, but you can't just use that as your own personal funds. And
that's true. Yeah.
He was going on to that, and like he lied to Congress, I think, going on
about what?
Like going on try about the funds and everything. Not like that funds, but just funds in general and stuff like that.
Well, I know
what was going on. That was a long time ago. Not a long time, but a couple months.
Emails got released because, like, after John Gruden got canned, there's something about he was in the same doing, like, making inappropriate comments, like what John Gruden said or whatever. But, so yeah, the NFC, that's the NFC. Yeah, NFC East, I'm going to say the Eagles win that by far.
You got no faith in the Cowboys? I know we're not big Cowboys fans here, but we're.
How about them boys?
How about them boys? What about them boys? What do you got against them? I mean, I don't like them either, but I mean, you gotta acknowledge they're a good team.
They are a good team.
Is that good, Brandon? I know I moved
It looks like Taylor. He's fine. I'm not finding anything new about his injury.
Who?
Taylor Heineke.
Oh, Taylor Heineke. Yeah. Okay, so I thought, he came on Pat McAfee show for the Super Bowl.
I just don't like him, and my boss at work is a Cowboys fan, and whenever they beat the brakes off of the Bears this year. I didn't stop hearing about it until football season was over. It was horrible, but the Bears were horrible this year.
So I want to talk to you about the Bears, Cody, because you're a big Bears fan.
Yes.
What do you think they're going to do?
They're going to go 17-0.
Cody, let's be realistic here. I mean, you can't say 17-0. What do you got? Realistic, come on.
Realistically, well, and it's all going to depend on our draft and our offseason.
Is Justin Fields him? Is he him?
Justin Fields is him.
They're going to trade him, though.
No, they're not. There's no.
That's what they're saying. That's what I've been reading.
No, because Bryce Young is not him. I'm calling it now. Bryce Young will be a bust. You heard it here first on this podcast.
What are you going to do if they trade number 1 pick for? I mean, I'll take him with the number 1 pick. I mean, trade Fields and get him.
I'll freak out. I might stop being a Bears fan because like that would be the ultimate act of just stupidity by our front office, which is known to do that. I think they're going to trade the first pick for more picks because I read a scenario. I think Schefter reported it that they're going to trade down to 4.
I mean, that makes the most sense. You get more assets and things like that. You can keep building for the future. Because like you said, I think Justin Fields, he's good. I mean, I don't know if he's the answer, but he's worth taking a look at some more after this season.
I think our O-line needs ramped up a little bit. our defense needs all the help we can get. Our front seven is abysmal. Our defensive backfield is fine. I think Jaquan Brisker is going to be a stud in this league for a long time. But our front seven on defense needs a lot of help. So what's his name? The Anderson guy from Bama, that edge rusher. He's who I hope they draft. But then there's that nose tackle from Georgia. And then there's one from Ohio State who are both animals.
It's crazy how much one person can make a difference in all that.
Yes.
And even that, it can mean like I said, like defense isn't that good, but one person can make. I mean, not all the difference in the world.
Not all of it, yeah.
Make a big significant impact to make other people free up. Because I mean, all these people are still good in the NFL. What happened? Oh, the cat, yeah.
Attacking the camera.
But
Just push her away.
Realistically, I think, our offense, I don't know if Montgomery's going to be there next year. I really hope he does. I think he's very, very good. If they could keep him and Herbert and have that 1 and 2 punch, I think that'll be very beneficial for him. As much as I love Mooney and Claypool, I don't think either one of them are true number ones. I think the Bears, because they have so much capital to spend as far as cap space, I think they need to go out and get like a DeAndre Hopkins or a Devontae Adams or somebody like that.
We went and saw him, obviously, up in Chicago and stuff like that. Yeah, it was shout out Soldier Field and stuff like that. Not really the fans there sometimes, but they gave me a rough time. But I had fun in Chicago.
When the Dolphins, I'll never forget this as long as I live. The Dolphins scored, and you were like, aside from that little kid behind us, you were like the only Dolphins fan in our section. The Dolphins scored. All the Bears fans like sat down, being all pouty, and just by himself stands up.
Yeah. It was rough though, but everybody up there was pretty cool. We had good seats and stuff, but by the time you got up there, making that
it was a workout.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that mile journey up there, and you get up there and everybody's like, "Whew." Finally sit down.
I was too tired to mouth anybody. I was so tired. But no, that was my first time ever going to Soldier Field. I cried when I saw it because
it can be. It was a great thing to take in. It was awesome. We got to know next time to get those like seats and not those seats, but the parking and everything. It's like your dad was driving around forever trying to.
I wanted to go to that first parking lot. That was a party.
I wonder how much those cost and everything. Brandon, you look to see how much those cost. What was it called?
It was like a certain like zone or something. Like you didn't have to be a season ticket. Tanner looked it up. You didn't have to be a season ticket holder to get in. It was like you just had to pay like a membership to that parking lot or something.
Brandon, just let me know when you find it too. It's like a big giant parking thing, but yeah, it was like a giant parking thing. All these people there was
right next to it.
Yeah, it was like I would say like half a mile. I don't even know half a mile long.
Oh,
that's long. That's too far.
And then we had to park in that.
They had grills and everything out there and stuff. It was basically a giant party out there.
That's right. That's where I wanted to park, but that just like the experience of getting to go up there and like go to a game there, and we also got lucky because like it wasn't really that cold.
Oh yeah, it wasn't super cold.
Part of me wants to go up there in like January, like freeze my butt off for the experience.
Cody, we're football fans, but that's not. You can go up there during that.
I hope they get a dome.
It'd be a cool experience. Did you find it, Brandon?
Well, parking for events that are going on right now can cost up to $115 in some spaces. And that's just for an event.
That's a lot of money.
I think we only paid like $20 to park where we did.
Yeah, it was about that. But if you're going to spend $100 and some odd bucks on parking, you're going to go all out. I think you're going to stay downtown somewhere and all that kind of stuff and doing everything.
Even though we basically were technically nosebleeds, I loved our seats.
Oh yeah, I thought we had a great view. Obviously, like down by the 50-yard line and everything like that would have been a better view.
I think I would prefer sitting up higher like that though, because you can see everything.
Yeah, you got to see everything open up and things like that, and just able to see the schemes and stuff that actually firsthand that you don't get to see on TV and stuff. They just show you like that little section of the ball and things.
And you're looking at it at like yeah, I'm stuttering at a entirely different views, like seeing it from like the long angle, like we did, like you said, like you can see schemes open up, you can see why these guys are getting open, where coverage is breaking down. I thought it was really neat.
You see how big these freaks are. They're no 85 Bears.
No one's the 85
Dude,
Bears.
how good were they? I know we weren't alive.
We weren't even alive yet.
But just to imagine, like, to just be out there and just, like, see that.
You were talking to me you were talking to me about how you wanted to talk about the 85 Bears. My old job, I was a traveling CNA. I took care of this gentleman that had MS, and he was in his 60s, grew up a diehard Redskins fan, now the Commanders. But I asked him what it was like to watch them, and because of his condition, he talked kind of like this because he had MS. I asked him what it was like to watch the 85 Bears, and he goes, running backs would get digested at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, too. And I had that kind of here, too. The style of football back then versus the style of football now, you can't go out there and just do all these things that we're doing back then.
People were violent back then.
It was war.
It was
I mean,
war.
it's still war now, but like these people, they go there and hurt someone.
I mean,
so that was their goal.
I mean,
Some of the guys
there was
were.
a lot. They got away with a lot more back then. I mean, obviously the rules were different, but like back then, I mean, for one, you could actually hit the quarterback. Nowadays, I want to bring that up too. Justin Fields does not get the flags he deserves.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. If you're running quarterback, you're exposing yourself, and
That's true. But
I mean, I do agree that there is some.
He got hit so many times late where it should have been a flag, where somebody else gets that call.
Oh yeah, like I said, I do agree that there is some things like that, and then you take a look at that more and decide what defines that as a late hit and things like that. But there is some favoritism and things like that. I want to disagree with that. But like, if you're exposing yourself, then at what point do you stop being? I mean, you're still the quarterback. What point are you not the quarterback, just standing there anymore?
Well,
You took off running.
I think I'm pretty
bring
sure.
up, was it whoever did that fake slide? You start having that, and you start getting injuries, and you
That's
start
how
getting
guys
this.
get hurt. I forget. I'm pretty sure the rule is like once the quarterback leaves the pocket, at that point he's a runner, so he's
Yeah, that's
fair
what I'm saying
game.
though. Like Justin
Yeah, it's
Fields.
like I mean, getting hit outside of the pocket's one thing, but it's those late hits like as you're sliding. And I understand that like
you gotta think like we've already talked. These guys are like 6'4",
they're
6'3",
going a million miles an hour.
250 coming at you,
And
trying to stop full speed.
Yeah. I mean, like going full speed, like your momentum's already carrying you towards them. Like you can't always stop. Like you can tell whenever guys try to let up, and times they don't.
Mm-hmm.
But
Brandon, look at the average size of a linebacker in the NFL.
I'm gonna bet it's like.
Let's use a linebacker. I know safeties run a little bit more. D linemen are bigger.
I'll bet the average linebacker is probably like 6'4", probably
6'4", that's pretty big.
240.
240 is pretty big.
About
Let's say
6'2", 240 pounds.
6'2",
Okay,
240. See, imagine that trying to stop, coming running at you full speed and trying
Like
to
25
stop.
miles an hour.
Trying to stop. There is going to be some. You're going to have to lay up. Obviously, try and ease up on the hits and not hit on top of the head and stuff like that. You want to kill people.
And I mean, obviously, I'm biased because I am a Bears fan, but I don't know. Next year, I think they win 8 or 9 games. I think they're
8 or
going to
9
be
games. I
around.
will see what I got here. I think I closed it down because I was going to talk to you about this too, just because I know you'll be a little upset. I got them winning 5 games. 5 games.
What?
I got 5 games. I mean, you still you have to play Aaron Rodgers twice a year. I know you're a Bears fan, but you can't deny what he's done.
My older
He's still
brother.
good. He's so good. He's a Hall of Famer.
I talked to my older brother. I told him I was going to be doing this today. I talked to him this morning. He made a joke. He said, "You know what? Being a Bears fan is a lot like being a Christian. You see one miracle one time, then you just got to hang on to faith and just let it lead you the whole way through." And I wasn't even allowed to see that miracle. Going back to your 85.
He's just, oh my goodness. The Bears, though, they just, I don't know, 5 wins. That's all I get. You got to play the Packers twice a year. That you're facing Aaron Rodgers.
I've been
and
saying
I know you don't like Aaron Rodgers.
I like Aaron Rodgers when he's not playing the Bears, if that makes sense.
I get you, but that's with everybody. They'll play in your favorite team.
That's true. I don't think they'll win their division because the Vikings are really good.
Vikings are fraud for me. They're fraud. Kirk Cousins is a no-go. He's a no-go. You got Justin Jefferson, but that's just a receiver.
Kirk just can't win in the playoffs. He just chokes in the big games.
Well, it's even primetime games.
Primetime games. I think the Lions might do
Kirk
something next
Cochains,
year.
whatever his name was. Kirk Cochains. Did you see that video of him dancing on the thing? Dancing on, playing all them chains on?
I think the Lions will have a winning record next year.
Oh, I got them 10-7.
10?
I think 10-7.
That's... Okay.
Dude, I'm big on
can see that.
MCDC. Only question I have is golf. I don't know about golf.
I love what what Dan Campbell's doing up there. I love it.
I'm telling you, man, it's a culture thing. Like I said, these are grown men. They're not little kids out here. It's grown men.
What did he say?
You're not gonna be able to boss them around.
I don't care if I have one ass cheek off. I don't care. I'll still beat your ass.
Yeah,
like that.
Well, he's out there doing up downs with them and stuff like that.
He's a dog.
Yeah, he was did like 20. Maybe it was 40. Something like 40 up downs or something. But they're on the right track. They beat the Packers last year. They went 9-8 last year, something like that. Who's their
quarterback? Oh, Goff.
Yeah, Goff. The only question is their defense and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Remember when you picked a defense first in fantasy?
I did. I didn't know anything about fantasy football. It was my first year.
Cody had the first round pick or the very first pick in our fantasy draft. And if you don't know about fantasy drafts, I'm not super an expert on this, but it's about PPR and basically receivers and running backs are your big guys and stuff. So Cody's has the first pick, and he picks the Bears defense. And granted, that was the year you had Khalil Mack and all those kind of things.
That was so.
But you still don't pick a defense.
My justification
first.
for
group
that.
Chat just lit up after
it was
that.
the year after the 2018 Bears when like that defense was getting like 30 points a game. So I'm thinking, okay, well, there's points, and
not 30 points a game.
They were, yeah, because they were getting.
It's not 30
in
points
certain leagues, like they were
Brandon,
getting
look up. It'd be 2018 Bears defense.
It was my first year doing fantasy football. I did not know any better, but I just remember
30 points is ridiculous.
20. I'll say 20.
20 is even ridiculous.
I just remember making that pick in the group chat. You were the first one. You went defense, first round, bold move, and then Phil immediately after you. Idiot.
Yeah, idiot. Just no. That was a dumb move. You had so many options to pick there.
I think I got last in the league that year too.
Last in the league. But could you imagine, like, another thing, because I've been wanting to talk about your band for a little bit. Imagine you guys could play at Soldier Field. What would that be like? You think that?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I do, man. Like,
what was it, Brandon?
As I say, it says in 2018, the Bears were the best defense with 187 points.
Is that like it says that's fantasy points?
Yeah, that's fantasy.
So all year.
Okay, so divide, what is it, 187? Take 187 divided by 16. That'd be your points per game. Because there's no way you're getting 20 points per game.
Okay, I still don't know that much about fantasy because I didn't even make the playoffs in our league.
You're getting a little over 10 because 10 times 16 is 100.
That's still really good for a defense, though.
That's still good for a defense. It's not worth nothing.
187 by 16, you said?
Yeah.
It's 11.68.
Okay, yeah.
11.68.
That ain't 30.
Cody, that's a average. That's a crappy
There's
game
a
for a
reason back. I have not won our fantasy league yet.
Yeah, there's a big reason you finish last almost every year.
Next year, hey.
Big reason.
Next year's my year.
Next year we're doing a little different though. We're gonna try and do auction. I think.
Okay.
Try and do auction. We'll do a lot of explaining. We'll do a couple practice rounds with that.
I'm excited for that.
But what would you think it'd be like playing Soldier Field? Because like I do want to start talking about your band and stuff like that.
I don't even know. I've had dreams about playing something that big, but I mean, we've been very blessed and fortunate to play some bigger shows. But I mean, playing something of that like magnitude is, I mean, it's not even comprehensible to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time we got to play Bush, which was.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're getting there. Like
that was awesome, but I mean, like I remember.
Imagine getting up there in front of like 50,000 fans and all that kind of stuff.
I'd freak out, dude.
Get up there and do something. I don't know, just something.
I might clam up. I don't even know what I do because I mean I've never even come close to that.
Or you'd be like was it Live, the Queen one, where all those guys played.
Oh, at Wembley, Live Aid.
Yeah, Live Aid one.
Mm-hmm.
All the people like that out there. It'd be insane to see that many people in one setting.
I think the biggest show we've got to play was probably either Bush or the year that we got to play Point Fest, and there was like maybe 1,000 people watching our set. We played on the side stage, but I mean I almost clammed up. Like I had to kind of like, all right, like you gotta play, you gotta show.
No, that's the thing too. You go down and play in like St. Louis areas, or even just like I can use Alton. Mm-hmm. Down there, you get like different people, different. I don't know, just like I said, different people and stuff. To one person knows one person, and they can go from there and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's just different, like I said, styles of music and everything. It's not all just condensed to one.
Yeah.
Thing. And I know we talked about shows coming up, but like what did you say you guys' biggest like influence was?
Oh man, that's different because like all five of us have very similar tastes in music, but like if you separate the five of us, like we all listen to very different things. Like Matt's favorite band is like the Killers. Andy's favorite band is Foo Fighters. My favorite band is Blink, obviously. Dylan listens to a lot of like Manchester Orchestra or The Ghost Inside. Doug is probably like the most diverse because he listens to a lot of hip hop, but Doug's favorite band is Slipknot. So
he's got a variety of stuff going on there. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff going on there. So I mean, writing is very different because we all have very different ideas, but we somehow gel together. I think if you had to put an influence on our band, I'd probably say Foo Fighters. I think that's our biggest influence because I love Foo Fighters.
Good band, man.
Yeah, we've been a band for, as of July, will be 9 years this year.
Damn, That's crazy. I mean, I know we're not that old, but
No.
I mean, it's crazy to think about.
I couldn't even legally
Crazy.
drink when the band first started.
That's crazy. I mean, and like I said, I know we're not that old and stuff, but it's just crazy to think that you guys have been doing it that long and stuff. And crazy how far you think you guys have come. I mean,
yeah, I know this
just
is like
playing out in front of the Groovy Taco. Was that what it was?
Yep, our very first show was out front of the Groovy Taco during Greene County days. That was there's video footage of that too. That was we thought we were so cool getting to do that.
But now you're playing like big shows and
we all had
stuff.
We all had the Twisted Taco like matching shirts. I remember.
That was the Twisted Taco. That's
Twisted
what it was.
Taco, yep.
Twisted Taco, not the Groovy Taco.
Yep. No, that's what it was because at the time,
was it the Groovy Taco?
whenever we played, it was Groovy Taco because like they got threatened to get sued by a place in Atlanta of all places.
Oh yeah, they had a name dispute and stuff.
Yeah. So I remember like us like thinking we were being punk rock was like this is our way of protest and we're gonna wear Twisted Taco shirts like screw them, you know. But I know this is like a stereotypical answer, but we've just been very, very lucky and blessed to be able to do what we've done. That's the best way I can sum it up. You know what I mean?
So how do you like? I know you're not the singer, but what do you guys go to like writing a song? Like do you just like start doing something, or you just like Matt come near you and say, "Hey, I got these lyrics," like, and just says them, or maybe has like something.
It can all. I mean, there's times where we have actually had a conversation like, okay, like because we normally practice or rehearse on Sundays. Like sometimes we'll have a conversation like, hey, like we're going to spend this Sunday and like we're going to go into writing mode. Everybody bring everything you got. Or there's times where most of the time what happens is Andy or Dylan will put a video of them playing some kind of riff they got for an idea. They'll put it in the group chat like, hey, here's what I'm thinking, yada, yada, yada. And Andy has a lot of recording equipment at his house. He has somewhat of a small home studio. So he'll lay down a guitar track and like, you know, if it's 3 minutes, he'll play what he thinks will work and then he'll send it to me and then I can spend time drumming to it. I mean, as a group, it's just, we all just get in a room and we just start jamming together, just throwing stuff.
See what works.
Just throwing stuff against the wall, see what happens. But then once we get like a guitar part finalized, then they will record a demo of it to give to me. And then I'll just lock myself in my drum room for hours.
Hours?
Yeah. Hours. Like every day. It just,
I'm surprised you fit in that drum room.
It's a pretty tiny
I've seen it.
I can barely fit in there. But no, I mean, yeah, I'm admittedly probably a little bit over obsessive when it comes to writing my parts. Like I have a bad habit of never being satisfied with it. Like even after we go record it and get the song done, like songs of ours now.
Well, that's just people's obsession with everything too. Everybody's obsessed with. I mean, obviously, something you like doing. Everybody's obsessed with trying to get really good at it and everything. I mean, that's just human nature. You're gonna want to get good at something. It's good that you're trying to get going and stuff too.
There's a song off one of our EP that we put back in 2016 that every time I hear that song, I find little things like I could have done that there.
I could have done this.
Would have been
cooler.
Done that. Would have been better. Would have sounded better. But I mean, I also wasn't the same musician I was 6 years ago.
And that's the good thing with constructive criticism too, is as long as you're able to like take it and stuff like that. I mean, it has to be good criticism and stuff like that. You can just find, like I said, little things, even just little critiques, and they can always make you better. Even if it's like you said, the smallest thing trying to go through, and it helps you out and going on.
Yeah.
But you got a new song out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's called. Well, I just call it "Would You Even Believe Me," but I know you have the acronym for it.
We put that out. Been a month ago now, probably.
I think it's something.
Almost.
Yeah.
It was February. It was.
We're in March now.
Yep. It was. It was February 3rd, I think. So it's been a month. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the 4th. Yeah, it's 4th today, so a little over a month. Yeah.
We've had that song done for.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Oh, thank you.
That one.
That song's a lot of fun to play. Shoot, we recorded that. We had that song done for over a year.
And I see like you guys on Facebook. It's like, where's that like? I know it's on the radio and stuff, but it's like played all over now, isn't it? And stuff. I see you guys have like things in Europe and everything too. And
yeah, we've been very, very lucky. We just got a thing the other day. There's an internet radio station in Scotland started playing us, which was super. I think that was so cool. Technology's a great thing,
and it can be a bad thing too. There's a lot of bad stuff going on the internet.
Unfortunately, there is.
I think I saw it here. It says I'm going to go to the NFL here. I think it's a new combine record that just happened.
For what?
Let me look here. I think it said the vertical jump. That's insane. I thought there was. I mean, oh my goodness, how many tweets do they have? Let me look it up.
You're on Twitter, you said?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to navigate Twitter, but I also don't have one.
I mean, I like it just because, I mean, we're on our other, the podcast account, so, I mean, I don't have all my, like, personal stuff on here and things. But it's easy to find stuff, so, like, I can type in, I don't know, like this vertical jump thing. I'm not even finding it right now. Of course, I can't find it. Brandon looked it up, see if there's a vertical jump got broke. I could have swore I saw it on my phone a second ago. But I can type in, like, I don't know, for this, like, vertical jump into Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd probably have to put in, like, NFL Combine vertical jump. And it'll pop up things that are tagged with that words. Or those words, I mean.
Anthony Richardson.
Mm-hmm. Is it a record?
QB record.
Oh, QB record, okay. What was it, though? It's insane still.
40.5.
40 inches. That's a 40-inch, that's a 3.5 foot vertical. Almost 3.5 foot. Right?
That's big.
40, yeah. I mean, Kobe had like a 48-inch vertical or something.
I can jump like 60.
Cody, you're starting to have dumb shit. Dumb stuff now.
I had to do it.
Could you imagine being able to jump that high, though?
I wouldn't be working at that. Probably would not be working at a FS if I could jump that high.
Well, I don't even know what your body wouldn't be able to handle you coming down. Your knees would just collapse and your legs would buckle. Your legs just snap and break in half and all that kind of stuff. There's no way you could sit here and keep doing that.
Built different.
I mean, yeah, I guess you are built different. I mean, you could do that. I mean, I don't know. I just can't imagine your bones snapping. They say, though, that you can survive like a parachute fall. I've seen like some documentary stories and stuff like that, like skydiving accidents and stuff. Mm-hmm. They don't, like, parachute doesn't work or anything. You're supposed to, like, aim for the trees and make yourself like a needle, and they said you're gonna break every bone on the way down.
I think I'd rather just die if it's gonna be that painful.
Well, I mean, you're gonna survive and everything. Let me look up a story here, because
Hey, what's that movie? Sam Jackson's in it for like 2 minutes. They jump off the roof.
Oh, the other guys. Aim for the bushes.
Aim for the bushes.
Aim for the bushes. Yeah, nowhere near the bushes, too.
R.I.P.
All right, yeah, all right.
Him and the Rock. Yeah. They're in it for like 2 minutes.
That's such a good movie, too. I like that movie. What was his name? Gator? Yeah. Gator
needs his...
Here, a skydiver miraculously survives 125. I'll read it to you, Cody. I gotta get up and look at it, though. I got my laptop here. 125 miles an hour. You can't even fathom going that fast. A Virginia woman miraculously survived a skydiving accident after her parachute got tangled on her leg and slammed to the ground at 125 miles an hour. I'm not going to say her name. Everything happened really quick, she said. Of course it's going to happen quick coming out of the sky.
You like Mach 5.
After 10 seconds of free fall, she moved away from her instructor and pulled the cord, which released the so-called pilot chute, a small auxiliary parachute used to deploy the main one. But it became wrapped in her leg as she continued and plumbed toward the ground at 125 miles an hour while scrambling to free herself.
Yeah, mic issue.
A mic issue. Okay.
Uh-oh. I want to go skydiving really bad, but like just hearing stories like that always makes me chicken out from doing it.
Oh, I know. Is it working, Brandon? Sorry, guys, we're rolling, but we're having some mic issues here. I want to keep this story going. All right, so we'll keep going here. She first hit the ground with her left leg and then bounced back up and landed on her back. I hit with my left leg and then I bounced off my butt and face planted. That's how I broke my back. This was just an extreme burning through my lower back and down my leg, she told her. First, I tried to push myself off the ground and I couldn't move anything. My first thought I was paralyzed. I never heard sounds like that coming out of my body, and I just started screaming.
That's cringy.
I got a picture over here. That's insane. I can't imagine that. What it'd be like to go through that and just have to live through that. I'm glad she did okay. It looks like. I'm just surreal.
Well, she's
up and moving around. She's on crutches. It looks in this picture.
How recent was this?
Look at the article date. This may be an old post. This is, well, April 11th, 2022, so almost a year ago. Says she hopes to return to her skydiving after performing a few practice jumps.
What a dog.
Oh my God, I wouldn't go anywhere near a skydiving or even just an airplane in general.
I've never even flown before, so.
I've only flown one time. I was a kid. We went to Florida one time, and I'm scared of heights. That's like I said, my biggest fear and stuff. But a plane's a little different. You go down, you're going down, and there's no way you're surviving that unless you, like I said, got a parachute or I don't know. The pilot's like what's that movie, Sully?
Yeah.
Flies through there.
We're gonna end up in
trying. Yeah. Hang on. That knowing my luck, that ain't gonna happen. My luck goes straight down. Downward spiral, end up being like the Forest. You know what that is, do you, Cody?
What?
Forest, video game.
No.
It's this game.
I'm not a big gamer.
It's like it's on it's only on PlayStation and PC. It's like this crash land and your son or whatever, and he gets taken by these cannibals, and you have to survive and you can go and find him. I didn't beat the whole game. It was pretty good though.
Does your son survive?
What is it in the end? Well, no, he doesn't.
Spoiler alert.
Well, yeah, spoiler alert. I guess spoiler alert if you haven't played this game yet.
Been out for a while.
Yeah. But I think what it is, you have the option. You find like you go in all these tunnels and stuff like that, and like their homes and stuff, and these cannibals, and you eventually like find all these clues, and you find him, but you can save him, and he's already messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can save him, but the only way to save him and get off the island is if you hit this button, and like it basically starts the cycle again. Another plane crashes and takes that spot, or you say no, and I don't know. Does the kid die?
No,
if that
I think he survives at the end. Like,
well, no. If you decide not to do it,
I'm not sure.
Oh, but like you hit no, then you just like go back to playing the game or whatever. But like if you save him or whatever, you go on this talk show, and I think you go in and something happens to him, and he ends up turning into one of them cannibals or something like that. Yeah. So it's a good game though, and they got a second one coming out. It's called Sons of the Force. It's cooler than that too. It's a lot more.
About the extent of me playing video games is playing or getting beat by you and Madden whenever we come over here for parties.
Dude, Madden's such a joke now. It's that game. You run into the same people that they run the same plays over and over and over. And I know, like I got into an argument with this one guy on Xbox the other day. Like, it's like, oh, I said something about running the same plays. Like, well, you know it's coming, stop it then. It's like, yeah, I mean, yeah. I know it's coming and stop it, but then you're just exploiting the game's weaknesses and stuff like that. And like there was one I saw on was it TikTok or Twitter the other day?
Madden doing Madden things.
Oh yeah, it is like you run like a little quick screen to your receiver, and he's still behind the line. No, maybe it was a tight end, something like that. You throw it to the tight end, you hurry up and pitch it back to your quarterback, and you send your slot receiver on a vert. And since you throw it to the tight end, your entire defense assumes that, it's generated because it's a video game and everything. They all go to that because it's a completed pass.
Yeah. And
then everybody's going. Your receiver's still running his route. You flip it back to the quarterback, and then the quarterback can throw it to the receiver down there. Which, I mean, yeah, that can happen in real life. I've seen it happen before. But that AI is all generated just to come up as soon as they see a completed pass. Which, I mean, in the NFL and in real life, yeah, that's going to happen, but not to that extent.
Did you ever get into all those Madden tournaments with like Joey and Cal on them?
Playing
Madden 09 on PS2. Oh,
see, that's like a different type of game. That's a different type of game compared to now, though. Because I mean, now the game tries to be so realistic, and it can be almost too realistic to where it's not realistic.
Yeah, and I'm like
those ones are more arcade. You're trying to.
Yes, Madden. There's nothing realistic about Madden 09 because.
No, you're running around doing whatever. Right, whatever. And there's people that were just unruly good on that game. They were too good on that game.
Joey's one of them. I did not beat him very many times.
Well, there's some people on the games that were like cheat codes. Like, I know we were young, but like, wasn't Madden like 04, 05 with like Michael Vick and stuff? Like,
you just couldn't tackle him.
Yeah, you couldn't do anything. Or was it 2000? I don't know, whatever year it was.
Like, played Madden with those guys, like, that group of us, like, we actually they made it up, but they actually had a rule that you were not allowed to be the Patriots because they were too good on that game. Because, like, the only thing you would have to do, literally, is just Hail Mary to Randy Moss every time. And he's going to catch it.
Especially like that, you have people like Randy Moss. Who else did you have on those games that were just, like,
Brady
Michael
was
Vick?
On there.
Well, yeah, Tom Brady. But he's just like a... I mean, he was good, but he wasn't like a...
Meh.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. But, I mean, he's not like a cheat code. I'm trying to think of, like, cheat codes in the video games and things like that.
Devin Hester with his speed.
I mean, I give it for the speed, yeah. Just for the speed. That's the only thing.
Put Hester in the Hall of Fame.
He's not. Cody, he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Okay.
I'm sorry to tell you that.
I know we had
got
that
this argument last
conversation.
time.
We did. Okay, maybe he's not.
But he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer, though.
In the future, but I told you that. He's going to have to go in as a receiver.
I disagree.
He's going to have... There's no... You don't go in as a returner. There's nobody in there as a returner.
Right? Yeah, he'll be the first one.
If they make a spot, yeah. But then you have to go back and do it all over again for everybody else. And are you going to take up a spot for someone who's a... I don't want to say more deserving, but like a...
I get what you mean.
Like a quarterback or like a running back or a wide receiver, which, I mean, granted, those people are getting the ball more and stuff like that, but they deserve more than a returner.
And, of course, I'm biased because...
And I sent you the stats on him that one time, too.
That was a whole thing. Like...
Once I get going, I
was
get going.
shocked how, like, quick you, like, fired that stuff off to me.
Oh, I was fast fingers. I was going. I was looking everything up. It's not. I mean, you guys are just Bears fans. That's what, and you're going to be biased towards that. And I get
We're
that.
just Bears fans.
You're just Bears fans, and I'm not no narc against Bears fans or anything like that. It's the same thing about Dolphins fan. I mean, players too. I'll go and I'll defend some Dolphins times too when they don't really deserve it. Stuff.
It came back to bite me in the butt, but my Snapchat memories the other day. I remember in our group chat, I put in there, boys. The Bears are going to win their division this year. You heard it there first. And I screenshotted it in hopes that, like, when they won, I could be like, hey, boys, remember me saying this? A year later, here's your memories. Yep, well, that didn't pan out.
No, you were a long way off. Finished dead last there. And they don't seem to be getting any better.
17-0, baby.
They're not getting any better.
17-0.
But there is some exciting football. The XFL.
Next. Watching that first game was... The first, like, the whole game itself was boring. Like, the last minute and a half was...
Oh, yeah, that first game that we went through. And, I mean, the Battlehawks, yeah, they were terrible. That first 3 quarters and 12 minutes, or whatever. It was only worth watching the last 3 minutes. Yeah, it was a joke.
I about turned it off. Remember that?
Yeah, you wanted to turn it off.
I wanted to just turn it off and go take a nap or something.
No, but that's the thing with the XFL, too. They got those rules that you can go for 3 points. 2 points,
Makes
3
it a lot
points.
more interesting.
Like I said, we were talking about it, too, that one day. If you were in an NFL game and you were down, what would it be?
They were down 15.
You can get 9 points a thing. If you're down 13 points, and with 2 minutes left, you're going to turn that game off. Probably. If they have no timeouts left.
Oh, I'm turning it off.
If the team that's down has no timeouts left, down 13, under 2 minute warning, you're turning the game off. I mean, if it's a game, like watching the Bears, yeah, you might watch the rest of it or something.
As much as I hate to admit it at that point, I probably turn it off.
But you're going to turn it off. But when the XFL, you get, like we did watch with the Battlehawks, you get down there and you score, you go for 3. I mean, even if you go for 2, that right there, that's 8 points. But you go for 3, that's 9. And then you get the kickoff rule of the onside, 4th and 15. Now, they probably should make it a little longer because the one we watched, it seemed pretty easy to get. I'm not saying 4th and 15 is easy to get.
I just remember they converted it. You and me were standing up in my living room just...
Oh, caw is law. Caw is the law. It was a good game. I was excited for that game. But 4th and 15, you get that. Imagine that in the NFL going. You get like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen on 4th and 15 with 2 minutes left.
That'd be too easy for them. He's just going to find Kelsey or somebody like that.
Well, I mean, his defense, you got to stop it.
That's true.
But then it just gives another chance because then the onside. I know we looked it up that one day. Brandon, look up onside recoveries. I'm going to put my thing back, Brandon. Let me know if it messes with the mic. It's getting tired on my leg.
It's like microscopic. Like
percentage of last year's onside recoveries in the NFL. There's no way it has to be less than 1%. Has to be.
The funniest part about watching those games so far, especially the first one, like anytime something good would happen, the only person we knew was B.J. McCarron's. Like,
that's the only person we knew.
Anytime there was a catch or something, we were just like, yeah, whoever you are.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Man.
I mean, I'm excited though, but it gives him a chance to like find new talent and everything, and give a chance like A.J. McCarron to. I mean, that tweet they had going on about him, chance to take less money to watch his or
for
sons to watch him play. Yeah, like that. That's what the XFL is. A chance for people. I mean, I hope it does become maybe like a sub part of the NFL.
I think that's why I like it, because like before COVID shut them down the first time, they were coming out, oh, like we're gonna rival the. You're never gonna rival the NFL.
No, they're never gonna rival the NFL.
Forever will be. But I like how this time they're coming out saying, like, we hope that this can be a stepping stone for guys to get there.
Oh yeah, because there's big names in the XFL. There's AJ McCarron. You have Josh Gordon in the XFL. There's
who's he played for? The Brahmas?
The Sea Dragons. Sea Dragons, I think.
Oh, the Brahmas is who the Battlehawks played.
Heinz Ward's the coach for the Brahmas. Heinz Ward's the coach. Heinz Ward. I mean, I know he's assistant coach in the NFL. Brandon, you got that onside stat?
Well, I'm finding only 5.3% were successfully recovered.
That's more than I thought.
In the 22-23 regular season.
That's a big number. That's a big.
56 onside kicks attempted. Only 3 of 56 were successful.
Well, still 3 of 56. Still only got 3 of 56. Now look up like 4th and 15 conversions. Like percentage of those completed. Because compared to that, so 3 out of like 56, that's insane to keep going with that. And we'll look up these stats here. Once Brandon gets it.
Let's see, me, my stepmom, and one of my brothers and one of my sisters, we're going to the Battlehawks home opener on the 18th.
It'd be crazy. I think it'd be crazy.
Wait.
St. Louis, they're excited for football. They got mad. What is it, Brandon?
I got something that says about only 41.6%.
So 41%. 41% compared to like that 5 or 3%, whatever it was. Something like that. You tell me in the NFL you're not going to watch that watch Patrick Mahomes down 13 with a minute 30 left to go 80 yards and then get the ball back. Be able to chance to get the ball back like that. And you're already getting momentum and stuff like that going on. What
about watching Fields do that?
You gotta have an offensive line
because Fields is him.
Cody, he's not. I'm sorry. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's good. He's just not. He's not.
I remember at that Bears game, you and me went to the bathroom as we were walking out. Some guy yelled at you, "Fields is better than Tua." You turn around and you went, "Look at the scoreboard."
And look at the scoreboard. Yeah. I mean, and honestly, right now, what I saw, Justin Fields right now is better than Tua. I don't know. I don't know if I want to say that. But they're good. They're good. Still a lot of question marks around both of them.
One of the Bears fan pages I'm on, they said the other day that somebody put a comment in there. I will die on this hill. Fields is better than Pat Mahomes. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that's a little overstatement there. What do you think Mahomes will be, though?
Huh?
What do you think Mahomes will be? Is he going to be the greatest of all time?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's as young as he is. I mean, the sky's kind of up the limit for him. I think what a lot of people don't realize, though, is no one projected out of college he'd be as good as he is. If he went anywhere else, I think he'd still be awesome. But I think what really makes him flourish is being in that system.
Oh yeah, system's a big thing.
I don't think he'd be as successful. I mean, he could go. Not him by himself, but I mean, he could go to the Bears, one of the worst teams in the league, which the Bears almost drafted him. Idiots. But
you guys are so close. We were so close.
And we drafted Mitchell Trubisky.
It wasn't Mitch Trubisky's fault, I don't think.
No,
I'm still a firm believer it wasn't his fault.
I love Mitch. Even though he wasn't like a perennial Pro Bowler, but Mitch was good enough.
Nickelodeon MVP.
Yes, he was.
Nickelodeon MVP.
He played on some good teams. But, I mean, I think Mahomes could dang near go anywhere else and almost make them a contender. To an extent. At least a playoff team.
Well, I mean, the quarterback's a big thing in the NFL. Mm-hmm. If you have the right quarterback, they can take you a long way. Because, I mean, look at, I'm trying to think of a team here. I don't know, I can't even use them. Can't even think of a quarterback now.
Because, I mean, the Chiefs were...
They were okay with Alex Smith.
They
weren't terrible. I mean, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid's a big reason, too.
They were okay.
Took him to the next level with that.
Yeah. Obviously, he had pieces around him. Like, he's got, Alex Smith didn't have Kelsey. He didn't have Tyreek Hill. He didn't have the weapons he's got. But...
Because, I mean, if you look at, Tom Brady, greatest of all time to do it, he was 8-9 in there. I mean, granted, the Bucs had injuries to their offensive line, demolished them.
Tom should have hung it up the year before, man.
I think so, too. I mean, he's still good. You can't
Yeah.
Tell me that it was he 45, 46, something like that.
But there's also years that he played New England where he may as well have had the three of us playing wide receiver. And
and that's everybody wants to mount because he had
4,000
Randy Moss.
yards.
Yeah, Randy Moss. What, 1 year, 2 years? That was it.
Not very long.
Yeah. Before that, who do you have? I mean, he had Wes Welker, but everybody wants to badmouth Wes Welker until you start talking about Tom Brady, and then Wes Welker is all of a sudden the greatest of all time. And all these kind of things. Same thing with Julian Edelman. People want to badmouth Julian Edelman until you start talking about him with Tom Brady, and then they say, "Well, Julian Edelman's greatest of all time." Blah 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 blah. Doing all this just to diminish.
Edelman's not even a Hall of Famer in my opinion.
Cody, I don't know about that one. Well, let me look at his stats here. I don't know like that. I am going to look that up though, because I probably do agree with you there. Because I don't think you're right. When looking at his stats, I really don't think they were that great.
Okay, I think he's one of those guys. Like after he's eligible for like 20 years, he gets in.
Well, I don't know about 20 years.
He sure as heck ain't a Hall of Famer. Or sorry, first ballot.
Oh yeah, nowhere near first ballot.
I would say Wes Welker's a first ballot.
He had terrible stats. All right, I want to do one last thing here, Cody, and then we'll kind of wrap up. We've been talking for a long time here. I just kind of want us to go through and kind of see what's going on in the world and just kind of get our reactions and kind of just see kind of what we can spark and stuff from here. Here, do you ever watch Creed movies? I saw that came out. That's what's talking on here right now.
Yeah.
Not big on the Creed movies?
I'll be honest, man. I don't watch much TV or anything anymore.
It's not TV, though. It's a movie.
Or movie or anything in general.
Movie, you don't watch any of that? I watched the first Creed. I wasn't too impressed with it. I'm not a big boxing guy, though. I don't know.
Like, I've got so many shows.
I'm not a big fan of
Michael
B. Jordan either.
I am happy that Logan or Jake, whichever one he is, the Paul guy
Jake Paul.
lost. Because he actually fought a real boxer.
I mean, yeah, it was I watched the fight. It was okay. I mean, it was nothing spectacular. It wasn't, I feel like I wasted my time watching it.
Yeah.
Going on and stuff like that. It wasn't that good. I did see that Logan Paul, I don't know if it was rumored or not, he was trying to fight. Who's whatever Fury Jake Paul fought?
Tommy Fury?
Yeah. They said that Logan Paul wants to box him or something. I don't know if that's a rumor or something going on to avenge his brother's loss or something
to
like
avenge
that.
his brother's loss.
But I don't know. I mean, the more I watch Jake Paul, he knows what he's doing. I mean, he's trained and everything like that.
And I know.
I'm not saying training makes you a boxer.
No, I know nothing about boxing. I mean, I obviously couldn't do it. So
I mean,
I don't want to dog on the guy, but
shots in the face consistently. Your face is just the punching bag. And you take one shot to the ribs.
I feel like
I'm trying to catch your breath.
I feel like I probably couldn't take a punch very well. I've only been punched a handful of times in my life, and it's not something I enjoy.
I mean, even they got pads on, but it's still like just full force coming at you. The guy's swinging haymakers left, and one hits you upside the temple.
Coming at you. Sleep.
Just go to sleep. And you get up and just getting punched in the brain consistently. I think that's their job.
You're concussed.
Yeah, like people go and fight, I don't know, 20 fights or so on, and they just get
What has more
punched in the
concussions,
face.
boxing or football, you think? Because you never really hear about concussions in boxing. Granted, I don't follow boxing, so maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking.
I mean, you're getting hit in the face, but it's not. Your more blows are coming from straight on. I mean, they're coming to the side too. Like I said, I'm not a big boxing guy, but you got to think you're coming. They're just all right here. They're not coming from the back. I mean, people aren't trying to hit you in the back of the head and things like that. But your body's not as exposed as it would be in football. I mean, yeah, you're getting punched in the stomach and ribs and maybe the chest every once in a while, but your body's not twisting and turning like it is in football. Or all of a sudden, some dude comes flying and hits you on top of the head, and you just boom, you're done, paralyzed or something. They try and stop those things in boxing. That was the big thing with the Jake Paul fight. I saw a couple people get hit in the back of the head a couple of times. They try and stop that real quick because that's dangerous and stuff. Even in MMA, they start doing that. You gonna watch the fight tonight? John Jones fight?
John Jones is back. Probably not, to be honest with you. I mean, about the only sports that I really follow is football.
John Jones is bad, dude.
He's a bad dude. I do know that. What's that spinning back elbow thing that he does?
You just get hit across the face with an elbow. And
John Bones Jones.
I mean, you got to be a different breed of animal to go there and get in the octagon with someone like that. Just even to be in the octagon itself, you got to be a different breed of animal. You're going there. Your job is not to get punched in the face and try and make this person tap, but your job is to go out there and hurt this person. your job, I mean, obviously you'll be friends and stuff outside of it, but your job is going to physically hurt this person. People go in there intentions not to break something, but like, snap your arm, you snap your arm. Go in there. I can't imagine that.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, what's Drago? Drago off Rocky 4.
I've never seen a Rocky movie. Never seen it.
Cody, I can't believe you said that towards the end of this podcast.
I've never seen it.
I can't believe you said that towards the end of this podcast.
Never seen a Rocky movie.
You've never seen a Rocky movie.
I've seen clips. I've seen bits and pieces.
Cody, when you go home, you need to turn on a Rocky movie and just watch them start to finish. Only watch through 4. Rocky 5's kind of dumb.
I'm probably going to go home and take a nap.
At least you got something going on tonight, don't you?
I don't know yet.
No. I thought you had band plans or something.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm going to a jam session with a few buddies of mine after this.
We'll work on some music and stuff like that. I can't believe you haven't seen any of the Rocky movies.
I've also never seen one of the Rambo movies. Never seen a single one. I was very sheltered as a kid, okay?
I mean, yeah, but you still grow up and you've seen these movies. When you want to, like, just turn them on. I'm not a big movie guy either, but I've seen these ones at least.
I was a nerd growing up, man. I watched, like, Star Wars and Harry Potter growing up.
I did, too. I still watch that stuff, but you at least got to see those movies. I mean, you're missing out. There's such... I mean, the acting is not as good as it would be today and stuff. Acting is so bad back in the 80s, but they were doing what they had.
I used to work with a guy. He made the comment, talk to me, Goose, and I go, what's that mean? We were working on a toolbar at work, and he dropped his wrenches, and he goes, have you never seen Top Gun? I've never seen Top Gun either.
Seen it, yeah.
Never seen either one of them.
I haven't seen it until recently, but I watched it.
But he dropped his wrenches, and he goes, what the did you say to me? I said, yeah, what's that mean? He's like, you never seen Top Gun? No. Get out. Like,
Cody, you're missing out. Cody, you may have been a sheltered child as a kid going on. I know I haven't seen a lot of movies too, but at least got to see the big ones.
Never seen it.
I can't believe you that, but...
Like, the extent of my TV watching now is, like, I'll turn on something on Netflix, like, just for background noise, like, while I eat. But, like, I don't...
Did you watch those Murdaugh thing?
What Murdaugh thing? Who's Murdaugh?
Is that Murdaugh? Is that how you say it? Murdaugh? The Murdaugh trial? Murdaugh, however the hell you say his name?
That the guy that...
Alex.
I saw that on TikTok. I thought the guy, like, murdered his wife or
something.
Yeah,
murdered his wife and kid or something. Yeah, he just got sentenced guilty or something. Yeah. You watched that on Doc? I haven't watched that.
I haven't watched it.
My boss has been watching it. She tells me about it, and then my wife said listen to the podcast about it and stuff, and said it was really good. I hadn't really paid attention to it. It was pretty messed up stuff. But we'll get wrapping things up here. But Cody, is there anything you want to say before we head out? Like I said, I knew we talked about your shows a little bit ago and stuff like that.
No, not really. Thanks for having me on, man.
Oh yeah, no problem. Glad you're able to join us for our first episode. Obviously, our editing and our setup here is going to get a little better. I'm not editing, but our sound and everything like that's going to get a little
crap.
Yeah, sorry, Brandon. I didn't mean it like that. But our setup and everything will get a little better in time, and then. We've had some issues here, but like I said, we're filming in my bedroom. We're off to the side here filming everything, but we're going to continue to do this. It's just something we like doing. We're going to try and have some more guests on here. It might just be me talking about some stuff randomly. We're not going to try and shoot for like 2.5 hour episodes or anything like that. We shot pretty long today, but we'll break it up into clips and stuff like that. But come back and join us. Like I said, we're going to keep doing it. It's just something we've been wanting to do, and we're just going to have fun with it. So thanks for joining us. Come back next time.